Science. Well, anyway. Science.
As a result of this stress, you need to decipher.
Here we go. Science.
Science.
Yeah, and you have such a magnetic energy, and I mean that in a sense.
It's August 12th, Tuesday, August 12th, 3:22 p.m. for Andrew.
That makes sense.
Anyway,
your energy.
You know, this title is
the wisdom and the nourishment.
Oh God, Ratty, we got some.
As soon as you
Science is better than wisdom
pattern
and
of
stuff.
Voice changes, the karma, and I think that's just your presence that allows people.
Science
to
is the foundation of everything, Ratty. But
you
anyway,
listening.
you know, Alexis and Ellie just did not listen to me to what I was trying to explain.
One, how you got to where you are today.
Watch Star Trek.
And how
Watch
you have
Star
placed
Trek
the world
Picard,
able to
Ratty.
share
Watch the
Ireland's
first
wisdom,
three
which is
episodes. The first
so
three episodes about
with
Scarlet.
Western medicine
And,
and make it relevant and
Scarlet.
applicable to people.
Scarlet, Rose,
This is literally
Leopold.
what drives me
The
today.
first three episodes
The
about
future of
Scarlet.
medicine can
Fourth
really
episode's
merge
about
the wisdom
Alexis.
of all of our ancestors, no matter where we come
Yeah.
from. Ayurveda is one of those incredible sciences. With the amazing, incredible science that Western medicine is giving us.
Yeah, so here's the thing, I
merge the two
mean,
together for
science.
True integration.
I don't think
I think that
Najwa
would
actually
be
understood
such a better place.
science.
That disease prevention would be the
You know, I can
primary
scrub
source of
forward.
healthcare instead of
I could.
symptom
Oh,
management. And I
actually, I
can say
can
that
actually
because
hear
I
you. What the
lived
hell?
through all of it.
Reflection
So
of ourselves
becoming a
in
holistic
somebody
nutritionist,
else's eyes.
Yeah, I
What
can see
that
that
means.
Najwa is actually doing her hands again. Y'all just don't understand science. I was talking to episode 4 of Star Trek Picard. Episode of Star Trek Picard. And, I cannot put it on the internet without copyright violations being flagged. I don't know if this conversation actually can be put on without a copyright violation. Flag. I'll try. If it gets flagged, then you don't. I mean, you can still hear me. Right? I can actually see from her Najwa's future she's gonna have an existential moment.
Very popular topic.
What happens if I watch episode her future and then watch episode of her in the past? When effect precedes cause, what happens to the world? When effect precedes cause. I don't really understand why y'all can't really comprehend.
So I used to say all the time that anxiety was my weakness. It's who I identify that. I hid it very well. Very well. I would always say that the calmness that you so pleasantly gave me, that the compliment, that was always a compliment because if people perceive me as calm on the outside, they won't know about the internal suffering and anxiety that I'm feeling. That I think
Yeah, I have no idea, man. I mean,
so here I am, anxiety, fast-paced life, waking up in hotel rooms, not knowing what city I was in, chasing this high corporate salary. It was a corporate job, right? Burnout is what I got to. During that time, I started getting heart palpitations.
but it's really hard to figure out if you don't have a conversation in person about what you actually want to get. Because this is why not just.
I ended up getting PCOS. I'll never forget a doctor told me that it was so bad that I would probably have a really hard time having children. Having children is the only thing I've ever done that I really, really wanted. I do have 2 kids today.
My sister very essential. It's very hard to have children naturally because of
impacting my life.
because your body's hormones will actually attach the baby to the fallopian tube. Sometimes I believe that's the problem. It's very dangerous because once that happens, you have to have surgery to remove that baby or you die. In the fallopian tube with the baby attached to the fallopian tube or something, you die. So.
45 pounds later, I was like, hey, this isn't working for me. Like, I feel completely lethargic. Everything, my tone, my energy, just like drained.
Oh man, I hope Alexis doesn't have PCOS.
And for surgery. And I said, okay, let's do it. So when I had my first heart surgery, I was 23 years old.
Wow.
So go through an ablation. So through your groin and through your neck,
You
your
are
lymph
not
thing,
the thing
your
that
heart center is
you
a
are.
massive monitor.
Like
And
really
measures
think
you
about that.
with,
What happens
adrenaline
inside
and
of you?
caffeine and all these uppers to try to induce these palpitations that
I cannot actually read other people's minds, so.
right?
And they see you a
And so they
certain
found
way
a place
that's
where they could
not
do an
based
ablation where they
on
burn
any
off a portion of your heart. And
And
this
what
electric
Good question,
electricity.
right?
They ended up doing 2 ablations in that surgery. But the next morning I woke up in the hospital
Good question.
The power of who you are.
bawling my eyes out. What the hell is going on? I said, well, let's go back in. So now I'm 24,
If you
go back in for my second heart
prioritize the
surgery,
opinions of
and I'll
others
never forget,
about
doctors asked me
you
why I was crying.
over
I was like, well,
your
I'm looking at my
own
heart on a
knowledge
massive screen. I
of
identify
who
now
you
as somebody who's on
are,
medication and somebody who has a
you are
heart
not.
condition.
You are
I'm
not
young,
an
I have this great
advocate.
life,
You
but
are
I'm not
not
happy,
your
I feel
own
depressed
person.
most of the
You
time
are
at this
not
point, I feel
acting
sad.
upon the
But doctors
self-love
never asked me about
that
that.
you
Doctors
know.
wanted to know, like, how much
Can
you spending, how much are you
you
drinking, are you
talk
partying,
without your
and
hands?
that's how you
Prioritize
look really
their
good.
opinions of
And I really
you
want to call out to
over your
listeners who,
own
like,
opinion
so many
of
people
you.
reach out to me about
And
heart
you are
palpitations,
going
and I
to
think we
No,
all
that's
suffer from it.
I'm listening to Najwa and
For me,
you.
like, I
I'm pretty sure
literally had
they.
a broken heart. I was really sad. There was a lot of, like, turmoil happening in my life. My parents were getting
What
a
is her-
divorce. I was,
I am
you know,
not
going
what
through
Mona,
massive
hi.
changes.
Nice to meet you, Mona. My name's Andrew.
I
Mona.
just didn't ask
Mona
for
Sharma.
that big part of
Nice to
it.
meet you, Mona.
So I passed all the tests on
How
paper.
damaging
They
is
said,
it?
Roddy's
"You can do this,
being
you can do it
sarcastic
again."
sometimes.
It's right next to
I
your
remember last time you told maybe we should actually do this
And so
10 times the world needs us before we narcissistic. I remember that's the last thing I told her. That's only a few days after you talked to Alexis in last year,
I
right?
know
So
that there's a better way to heal. I don't want to identify somebody who's like, who has a heart condition. This makes no sense. And the irony of this entire story is that I knew that there was a better way. Because in my
my
dad's
God.
my mom is Danish. I've only ever known my mom to suffer from debilitating autoimmune disease, so rheumatoid arthritis. So I've only ever known my mom to have performance disorder, right?
I mean, you still don't understand what happens when effect precedes cause, do you, Nigel? Because what you're doing is trying to affect the time machine. The only time machine that human race has knows our existence. And please do not try to prevent the knockoff. Don't prevent India being colonized by Britain. If you try to do that, I mean,
That was my blueprint. And I
it's
would
not so
see my
good.
mom's symptoms subside. I would see the energy of my parents shift.
How much
I
do
don't
you
even feel
understand
bad going
about
to this,
reality?
right?
And-
So in that moment, on the surgery table, I knew that I had to go back to my roots, and that's exactly what I did. So I poured quits in the corporate world.
Single egg,
My
single
amazing husband was so supportive. I went and lived with the ashram for
single
2
sperm,
months.
single
And I
egg,
became a
and it's
yoga
like,
teacher just for my own personal healing.
what happens to the daughter that Alexis and Andrew were supposed to have? Let's tell her that.
Principles. My heart palpitations subsided.
Because Ellie Michelle wrote about it, wanting to mate with Ellie Michelle, right?
I stopped dieting. I stopped.
So you don't understand the consequences.
And my body came into balance. And we can talk about this more, but the structure at the ashram, literally, the schedule is set so that you are forced to be present.
Yeah, right. That's what Indian people believe, right? The timeline is 100% fatalistic, and that's what most Indians believe. I think.
Things that are stuffing into my body, and like, you know, if you stuff things into your body,
Because it's very, very difficult for human beings to comprehend, right, what the consequences of the altering world is. And it's like,
I can't do this anymore. I can't take it. Like, you've been ignoring all of these symptoms for so long. Here's what's going on. And I think that, you know, did I make the heart surgeries? Probably not. Like, I really think that had I done just a lot of
anyways, Andrew doesn't keep promises when the promises are made under deception. I do not complete. If somebody lies to me and then I make a promise based on those lies, I will not keep those promises. Like, fuck you, right? I'm sorry about not you, but fuck you to people that lie to me and then make me make promises I did not intend to make. And then, honestly, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Like a promise made under false pretenses is like a contract. It's Alexis' contract to Jay Alvarez, right? Because she signed a contract.
And what feels so good is to finally get a diagnosis, right? No one a diagnosis. Great, we got a diagnosis.
It's like Ellie Michelle knowing that my mother was going to show up in one of the my mother was going to show up one of her things that she put that in the contract. We reserve the right to terminate this contract if you cannot keep your keep the room on myself. But she knew my mother would come in angry and open up the door, and I didn't have a choice. She knew that, right? She wrote the contract knowing the future to create this timeline, and it's like it's complete deception. Complete deception. I mean, it's a bunch of fucking lies. I mean, Ellie Michelle lied through her fucking teeth. Basically. She knew the future, and she wrote that contract to get what she wanted, knowing the future. And it's like,
the heart as a physical body part,
Yeah.
rather than thinking about, wait, but
third
what is the heart
strategy.
feeling?
Anyway,
And I forget that the heart as a muscle
question I need to
feels
ask
something.
Starfleet
It's more
right now.
like
What
if I
happens
have
to
try
the
and fix it
deleted
physically,
daughter that
it's something
affected
that they
history?
try to
Very
fix it
simple.
And what the
physically.
consequences of that is?
Mental
But
and emotional that you actually did.
because
They
And
have
what was so
resolved.
I can
worse
see
for, you know,
the
I'm
reason
gonna
why.
identify as somebody who's
take the
sick.
responsibility
I'll never
of
forget my brother
helping
asked me to
you
do
take
this
other
triathlon with
places
him.
and
My brother's 10
helping
years
you
older,
sort
he's
it
an
out
athlete,
and
he's
open
the
your
endurance
bags
guy, he's all
and
of those things.
yeah,
And he
put
asked me to
this
do it
thing
one year.
where
I
it
was like,
belongs and
no,
that
I
thing
can't.
where it
Yeah, that's the
belongs.
thing. What happens to time now?
And thank God for him. He just
That
looked at me
person
one
looks
day.
at
This
you
is
and
supposed to be like 2
What
days
happened to
from
time
now.
never
now?
asked you to
And he
do
said, how's
that.
that working for you?
Part
And I was
of
just like,
28 to 29. That's what Alexis is. 28 to 29.
the disease had
is
passed, the weight
you
had come off,
wanting
I
so
started my healing
badly
journey.
for them to
There's
see you
obviously
as
some part of my
somebody
belief
who
system that's still
is
identified as somebody who has a heart
so
condition.
invested
So because of that,
and
I
so
went and
willing
found a
to
cardiologist
help
who's in
and so
tune with
willing
healing.
to
I
be
found
there
a
for
Reiki
them.
practitioner.
If I
I
help
made
you
No,
it
no,
a
Alexis.
part of my
I mean,
journey
Ellie is a
I
Reiki
had no
practitioner.
responsibility in
as my source
you
of healing
deciding
because
to
it
carry
meant that I
that
was
baggage
moving
in the
myself
first
to the
place
number one
or
position
where
of
you
my
picked it up
priority
in your
list
past,
to
but
heal so that I would never
I
go back to that
somehow
old version of myself
volunteered to
that
help you
identified with
carry
sickness
that.
and illness.
I've
And what was the
shown you
routine that you had at the
I
ashram? So, for
deserve
example, if people
love.
are trying to
I
implement, you know, I'm
deserve
sure
your
many people listen to
I
this.
deserve
Oh my gosh,
that you see
I
me
get
as such a good
postpartum
person.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Part of
feel
you carrying
like I'm
that
sad in my
baggage
life right now.
without being
Mhm.
asked
You know, if
to,
they don't have
or
access to the
even if you
ashram,
are
what is
asked
a
to, but you
simple
know you don't
routine
have
that
the
you were doing
capacity,
there
but
that you
something
recommend people
inside of you's like, I
implement into
can't
their
say
life
no
now?
because if
To
I say
take
no,
minute
they're gonna
yes
see
and
me as
effect.
somebody
Thank you
who's
for this question.
selfish.
So I had this
told
protocol
you
with my
that?
clients, and
Like,
it's really
when
about
in
building
your
your
life
ashram
did
at
you
home.
learn
I would
that
love for
it's a
every single
selfish
listener to be
thing
able to
to
go and
say
experience
no?
an ashram. I know that you have many,
When
many
in
times,
your
and
life did
the
you
magic
depends
that comes
on
with it.
that it makes
But it
you
also
a
means
person
that if
who
I'm
is
looking
not
to go
considerate
somewhere
of
to feel a
others to
certain
say
way,
no?
that
The
I'm putting that power
magnitude
outside
of being
myself.
connected to a
And true
time
healing and
machine
consciousness
is
within. So I need to learn how to replicate that at home, wherever I am. So maybe let's
It is
first
the only way
describe
for you
the rituals
to
at the
not carry
ashram, and then we'll
resentment
describe the
towards
setting.
others.
Yeah.
So, like I said before,
I mean,
the
Ratty-
structure, the schedule of
Ratty,
the
you're
ashram is
starting
so
to
strict.
understand
Honestly, so
probably, right?
strict and repetitive and consistent to the point where it kind of feels like torture. You know, like,
I'm
oh,
listening
this
to
is
Ratty,
me.
and
You
then
know,
the-
you know,
Why do you think
First
it's
of all,
I'm
we wake up
listening to
early, we
Najwa,
focus
and
on
Anya
every
doesn't
single
quite
day.
understand the
We
magnitude
hydrate
of
with warm
living in a
nourishing
world
liquids to support our
where there's a
digestion
time
and
machine.
toxin elimination.
I
And
And
then
that's
we
the
move
problem
into
with
about 30 minutes of meditation.
people who do Star Trek, the actors, they probably understand so much better because Star Trek has Borg.
activates your vagus nerve.
And they understand what Borg is, B-O-R-G, the cybernetic organism that has telepathic.
Whether it's a swamp
Telepathic
ashram,
throughout
people
time.
that's there, it's
Season
just
2.
around
my
like,
life
hey,
is. I've
there's
just,
this
I'm not
wisdom
somebody
and
who
intelligence
say
within your
no.
body.
I'm not
Let's learn how
Watch
to
watch
awaken
the
it.
Star Trek Picard and watch all the Star Trek The Next
From there, we move to
Generation.
Part of
yoga
your
practice.
identity.
And
Especially Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 18, Cause and Effect.
It's 30 minutes
Because you're
of breath
trying
work.
to tell
The
the
next-
Breath work, again,
hey,
it's
I
tuning into our vagus nerve.
self-sacrifice
We'll talk about
so
that
that
in a bit.
everybody else around
Turning
me is
into
happy.
heart rate variability,
Hey, I'm not
calming down
somebody
Do you have a
to
script for
requires
this?
coming
too
into
much.
the
Does she have a script? I
balancing
mean,
the left and right meridians of the body.
do
our
you
energetic space,
have
right?
a script for
Before we
this?
I
move
don't
into the
demand
asana
too much,
practice.
therefore it's
The
not
asana
gonna
practice
be
is the
hard
actual
for you
yoga
to
poses
meet
that
my
most
needs
people in the
because I
West are
don't really
familiar
have
with.
them.
But the really cool
I
thing
will
about
never
this
say
lineage of
no
yoga
to
that I grew
you.
up with at the Shivananda
So,
ashram was
probably
after
like
every single pose.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. It's really, really weird. Do you have a
So
point to
hold the
this?
pose, move into Shavasana. Hold the pose,
all
move into
part of
Shavasana.
wanting
And
to
it's
be
training your
perceived
mind
by
and your body
others
to move
as
through these
worthy
periods of
of
stress where it's like, okay, I want to get out of this. The mental resistance
as
that comes
worthy
with us that we all
of their
experience
love,
off the mat.
as worthy
And then we
of
go
this
into
is if we're talking
relaxation,
about
so we're
romantic
ultimately retraining our nervous
relationships,
system
family
on how to build
as
that
worthy of
resilience
their
of moving
respect,
into
being
fight or
in the
flight,
workplace,
right? Or
as
something
worthy
stressful,
of
then back
a
into
promotion,
relaxation,
also in the
retraining.
workplace. If
And we
you're
take
somebody
that back
who
into
like,
the
I
world.
would say yes.
From there, we
I
go into
will
I think
mindful,
Mona might actually understand the
like,
consequences of
brunch, which is
a
like
telepath and a
so
telekinetic
I said I started eating more carbs and
having his
vegetables.
love stolen from
The
her.
earth.
You understand, right?
Sustaining
The
nutrition of the
telepathic
body,
telling.
reds, purples, blues, blues, greens, like all of these beautiful colors, more fiber than I was
Because when
expecting.
Andrew's upset, the
On the afternoon
planet
breath
is
work,
upset.
practices, some karma yoga, maybe some
When you have a cosmic creature that's linked to the beginning of the universe, it gets interesting.
4 o'clock. 6 o'clock is an early dinner. 7:30 is back into satsang and then lights out by about 9:30 or 10 every single night. So imagine doing that for 2 months.
When the body is
straight.
sick,
How
basically
can that
you are
really
starting to
train
understand
for
right
this
when the
like
body
really
is sick.
stressed out, high intensity,
When the telepath
nervous
is sick,
system,
not sick,
behavior that I
not
had
sick
to
on
now feeling
physically,
stressed. and digest.
sick
It's the wisdom back
emotional.
into the body to heal.
When that was
It's
sick
really just to
emotional
activate and start worrying about stress and worrying
like
anxiety
that
and fear.
that
It can have
that
awful
feeling of
effects.
finally finding the woman you were supposed to love and then finding out that woman has been stolen from you. That pain is going to shape humanity.
My first few
Right?
days, my body is like, what are you
The
doing?
body
Like,
doesn't have
here.
that. The body of Christ
And I'm
concept
like,
of
so what's
love.
next? Where are we going? What's happening? Why are we just sitting around? Why are we not doing this? And it really takes, I'd say, good 3 days, if not a week, to settle into the space of space. Like to settle into the idea that we have time. To settle into the idea that we don't have to go from thing to thing to thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem that Alexis will have to deal with when Audrey was talking. Because the world will judge Alexis by her actions and judge Najwa by her actions, judge you by your actions, Ratty. So choose wisely through your words and your actions in the future.
I'm really trying to get out of saying that.
Choose wisely.
Right? And we're giving
Because,
each other
choose
permission
wisely,
to just be
because-
busy. We're busy.
Because you're interacting with a time machine that's part of the world.
Digestion shut down. Everything's kind of sore. I'm not sleeping well. I'm not, eating all the time. So it's really addressing that. Maybe that's a good question for your audience is, what are the practices that you have every single day that are training your nervous system to be in this hypervigilant, busy state? And the retraining with your question about what can you do, like what practices from the ashram can you rebuild? You can obviously
Responsibility
do every
being
single one of
connected to
those things
eternity.
from the ashram back home, but if you want to start with one
It's
or
like
two, your morning
going to
start,
heaven and standing
it has to
before
be able to
God
set
and
the
feeling
tone for
that
the
you're
day that you
actually
want.
worthy to be in the presence
So
of
one of
God.
my favorite meditation teachers, he came up
Are
with
you
this
actually
analogy
worthy
of
to be
try,
putting stuff
keep,
inside my head?
meditate every day.
Are you even worthy to put stuff inside my head?
Rise, pee, meditate, and then gratitude. So every morning before I even get out of bed, my hands are over my heart. I'm literally like, thank you for waking up today. Thank you for this heartbeat who's been beating for me since before I even arrived on this planet.
I know, literally,
Thank you
yeah,
for
seriously,
detoxing
right?
overnight,
Your
replenishing,
Mona,
restoring
your
my
purpose in
body.
life is
Thank you
just
for
to
the
say
way
this
you wake up in the
conversation to
morning
Andrew and to help form the universe.
with me throughout the day.
Literally, your whole life is just for this one conversation you have with me, the way your life is.
Science that is now validating
You
that
know,
your
the power of
reality
gratitude
and the
can
truth of who
change
you are.
I know, right?
frequency of your
a
heart,
reaction out
right?
of it.
So you mentioned before the
Because
power
to
of your heart
them,
having this
And
electromagnetic
it's actually kind
frequency.
of, it's so
We know now
crappy
that
because
through
your
gratitude
heart
practices,
condition
you can
is,
expand your own electromagnetic frequency beyond the radius of your own body.
yeah.
So if you start off in gratitude or throughout the day, practice gratitude.
You're talking to a time machine, Mona, so
people
you
around you.
you already did.
You're gonna be impacting their field, impacting the way that they feel. You're gonna notice that people are gonna
Yeah,
want
exactly.
to talk to you, maybe smile at you or say good morning. It's like it's pretty incredible.
But that is a problem. It's hard to have a happy disposition, Ratty, when your love of your life was stolen from you, you know?
It's
Now
not-
what?
It is an emotion.
And then Najwa is not exactly helping, right? Najwa is not exactly helping. It's like,
If I reflect on it, I
it's
definitely
August
had
12th,
moments of
2025, 3:40 p.m. Watching the future and watching the past. This is like episode 4 or something.
In the moments that I have felt that way.
Episode, yeah. So I have another episode 2, I think. Episode 2 I haven't finished watching. So what happens when we watch the future first and then the past? When the future happens before the past and the future influences the past, how does that work?
They have you.
And I only have one thing I wanted to tell you, Ratty and Najwa.
But it doesn't matter
What happened? What happened to the child? Alexis and Andrew's child that's a telepath. That's already erased.
It actually takes things away from you more than it gives to
Already
you.
I mean,
committed.
what does that have? What does that do?
You're like, I don't
To
want
human
to
history.
Positive with it, right? So we treat cortisol as like we demonize it. Cortisol, oh, it's stress, you're gonna gain weight, you're gonna roll onto fat, you're gonna do all these
It
things.
doesn't
So
matter if you
cortisol.
do everything
Cortisol is
right.
actually a beautiful thing.
At
It's our
some point,
motivation in the morning. It's our get up and go. It's our drive.
They
But
know
living
that
in this
because they
state of
selected
constantly
that
feeling
role
like
for
we're
you.
wearing busy with the badge
No,
of
I mean,
honor,
Yeah,
right?
so-
And like no one
Well,
else
for
has that.
Alexis's
That's
boyfriend,
like
yeah, that's her
that's
role. But
like
can we?
Well,
over
maybe
time,
they
their
see
practice
you
turned
as
into
the
kind of that
villain
restful
because that's the
state.
only way
You
for
become
them to
addicted to living there. That was my
they
MO.
can
The
overcome
busier
whatever
that I
it
could
is
be,
that
if I was
you
sitting
are,
down resting and
whatever
watching a
it
movie,
is that
I need to be
you're
doing something. I can't sit still. I have
Think
to be
of,
doing something.
for
If
example,
I was in a car, it's like I had to be listening to something educational. I couldn't waste time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never got the chance to have a relationship with Alexis because of the villain, the boyfriend. What do we know as facts? Fact, Andrew got erased. 2012 timeline got erased. I mean, I totally had no idea it was a time machine. 2020, 2021, no idea whatsoever. None whatsoever. I already told the government. So in 2019, Tulsi Gabbard, Veterans Day, November 11th, Veterans Day 2019, I was going to join her campaign, use my superpowers to try to help her win the president. Absolutely true, Ratty. I mean, I'm not lying, you know. So 2019, I knew I was time machine. 2020, I didn't know I was time machine. So that's, I actually got erased. It might be a local erasure, Ratty, which is absolutely amazing.
If I guide them to an embodiment practice to come into their bodies,
I'm cool, Mona. Andrew's absolutely cool. Science, right? So here's the thing. If it's a local erasure, then I mean, for this moment, right now, in this moment, I totally know I can still talk to y'all from the future and the past. For now, if it's a local erasure, you erase me again, then does it erase me all in the past?
Because it makes us vulnerable.
Or does it erase me in the past, or does it erase just me in the future, so that everything I still did in the past still happened and I just don't remember Ratty? If that's possible, that has problems, Ratty, because the knockbar hasn't happened yet from my perspective.
For a long time, I've chosen the hard
So,
I perceive as being harder. But actually,
I mean, does another man has to be born thousands of years from now to cause the knockbar for the future?
The reason I avoid it is because I don't want to go through the slow pace. I'm so used to
Anyway,
fast pace.
I don't know. I was talking to,
I took a nap a day.
I mean, just not listening, you know, not to us, just not listening. What happens to Alexis and Andrew's daughter that no longer exists now? So, because she did stuff in our past already, basically, and now she doesn't exist. So how stable is our planet? Do we have is it possible for either to marry another woman and create another daughter that's close enough that can actually do the thing that that daughter did in our time? So the divine feminine, the goddess of the world that was supposed to be born from Andrew's and Alexis' marriage, the goddess of the world, that's absolutely existing in the future, but can't be born now. So we have a paradox that might end when end this universe, basically. And it's absolutely astonishing, you know. Naja just not listening. She keeps trying to tell me stuff and tell Ali Michelle stuff, tell Alexis Ren stuff. Naja is not listening to what I'm trying to tell her and tell you all too. What happens to our universe with that missing daughter? That still supposedly exists. Right? What happens to her that now she can't be born and then we are still depending on her existence?
Like again, science is proving. At the ashram, they rest. In between those yoga poses, they rest because they know.
That's what your judgment is, Naja. What is a lie? What is a truth? Right? Are we still in denial? I mean, we don't have a psychologist, do we, Naja?
So, when we think about the things that the body is communicating,
I'm 44.
especially because we do have we've almost mastered
it's okay to want something. Take charge and don't be afraid. That's the best advice I've ever got. The worst advice I ever got, Roddy, is let's be real from Jordan. Because people are just not taking this seriously enough, and
eczema, low sex drive, lack of concentration, inability to sleep.
I don't know Alexis anymore.
Hypervigilance, worry.
I don't know Alexis anymore. I do not know Alexis anymore. Not anymore.
These are modern day symptoms that we're all suffering from. And we're identifying with them. They become us over time, especially if we're not doing
and know that even if we were to step out of character, they know something
the work that you and I do with our clients, it's like recognizing those symptoms.
They are there to advocate for you. They are there to understand why you say you felt the way that you
getting
did that
this, irritability every single day. I'm getting these
Better
digestive
to
issues
have
every single
one
day instead of
person like
ignoring
that.
them.
Yeah, I mean,
Have a
Tuning in,
thousand
we got an
understanding
issue
where they
here.
come
know your
from,
name.
talking with a practitioner.
And
I guess they just didn't believe me, right?
With a different background and genetic code and obligations and expectations and everything.
Genetic code, yeah.
Working on a protocol that's so unique for you to subside those symptoms. Because if we do have a symptom, it's simply our body's way of communicating with us so that we can resolve it. And instead, we see the accumulation
Western medicine is much more better in Ayurveda is not science, Ayurveda is not science.
It's the relationship dynamic.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, Mona. I was gonna try to see if we can.
Love I'm surrounded by when really
That's kind of mean, but I think Najwa, I'm gonna try to give Najwa cancer. Yeah, see if I can actually get it.
So you don't
It's mean. I mean,
you've got a bit of bloating.
not just that
terminal
it's
cancer. I
bad,
was gonna try to
it's
get
like a
first
long
terminal
way
cancer
Put this cream on it. It's so
and
interesting.
Alexa's boyfriend terminal cancer. I'm gonna give it a try.
Think about
Whenever I'm
what
watching
it is
something,
that
Andrew's trying to expand my powers and see if I can actually do
it.
the reverse of Jesus Christ, Roddy.
So interesting to
Jesus
me.
Christ used to be able to cure people from cancer with his mind, and I'm gonna try to do it the other way with Najwa.
Cancer can cause
It's kind of mean,
multiple disorders, can cause.
I'm gonna give it a try.
And
Give it a try.
I think about how
that's what the
Because you know the foundation of Ayurveda is, right, Roddy? Because Andrew is a time machine, and the time machine is connected to the entire human species. The foundation of Ayurveda is to try to tap into Andrew and alter the genetics of your body. So you tap into Andrew and you alter your own genetics and your own body, your own history, and try to cure something in the past and the future.
what your life is like.
And Mona, I don't know. Here's the problem: like, who manifests your heart condition?
Oh well, the doctor's on saying this is a big deal. So
I know.
if I had
Who manifests your heart condition in your past? Mona?
From the outside.
Probably Roddy. You know.
So
I
good
think
to get validation from the outside. I'm not saying it doesn't. Feels so good.
that's the thing. It's the bitterness of it's the bitterness that I feel towards Roddy and Jay about this, and it hurts her heart. So
it's time for the wisdom to come back into our bodies. And I think that deep down,
you have to be careful about being connection to the time machine.
Like we see it all the time. If we break our bone, our body knows what to do to heal. It repairs it. If we have a wound or a cut, our body heals it. But we were never
The wound to time, the wound to human civilization.
And so I think that right now it's still a little bit of a foreign
No,
concept.
they actually
But as
love
this
you
world of like
versus
quantum healing is now
knowing
waking
that
up,
they're
we're understanding, okay,
trying to
you know
get
what,
something
kind
out
of
of
done
you.
with the system of diagnosis
Yeah.
and
When you say
diagnosing.
words,
If we understand that we have a physical body, but there's also an energetic body that stands behind it. And now we understand through science that every single
Nigel, I have a question for you.
frequency.
So Andrew was a Democrat in the year 2024. You already knew that. I was gonna go help President Biden. So if Alexis didn't need this causality, Alexis didn't need to condemn, and Alexis doesn't love the boyfriend, we would probably have a Kamala Harris as a president. Probably. So that boyfriend Alexis has, if all she had to do was walk away and free Alexis to ask me on a date, and Alexis asked me on a date, I don't know, earlier before, late 2023, early 2024, right? And then I start dating Alexis, and then Alexis tells me about what she wanted, and then we get a woman president. So, yeah, right. I mean, Najo's not understanding, right? The only reason there's no woman president is because of Alexis Ren's boyfriend. And that man, knowing that, still does it. And whose responsibility is it for there not being a woman president, right? Because you know the future, and then you still do the future.
So scared to believe that they can heal themselves because it feels like such a heavy responsibility. It's like, wait, how are you telling me that I can heal myself and I don't need to go to a doctor? And I'm not saying you don't need to, but what I am saying is
only if you can tap into my power properly, Rowdy. Only if you can tap into my only if you can tap into Andrew, the only telepath in the world that's connected to telepath and telekinetic. I form the universe, right? So.
What happened in the best way possible, more than any diagnostic tool possibly can.
And the more that you connect to your body and your heart and your mind,
I know,
the more your body And so
Yeah.
it's not saying that you're worried about something, you don't speak to a professional about it, but in the day-to-day life where little things are going wrong, you should
Well,
be able
Andrew
to tell
definitely
that.
doesn't want to be the second coming of Jesus Christ. I read the
Like,
Bible
you
just
would just
recently.
somebody, like, just
It's 1/4, 25% of the world, and then 1/3, according to another clause in the Bible. It's half the planet. The second coming of Jesus Christ, and even we defeat the beast and Satan, it's 50% of the planet. No. Andrew changed his mind. No more second coming. Yeah, I mean it's half the planet. We gotta avoid that prophecy. I did not understand the prophecy until I read the. I asked ChatGPT how to explain the Revelation of John to me. Oh no more.
Like conventional medication.
I mean, Andrew's still a prophet
I
though.
swear people thought I was psychotic. I was like, I had a headache.
I know. I know. I mean, if you read the Bible, you understood the Bible, you would have thought I was psychotic too. Because I did not understand the Bible until I asked ChatGPT to confirm. Because the Bible said basically Christ wins, defeat the Antichrist, and half the people die after the victory. It's like, oh fuck. So let's try to avoid that prophecy, right? For the rest of all time. That's why people thought. I did not know. I thought the Bible said you defeat the Antichrist and those people wouldn't die. But that's not what they say. The Bible says that you defeat the Satan, but half the people die anyway in the battle. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Help the inflammation because I had those antibiotics that were given to me and I didn't have
There we go. Now
I'm not saying everything will be healed by that, but
strategy to come out of denial.
to actually do what it's supposed to do by me fueling it in the way I know I should. So I think it's two things. It's like, yes, your body can do the work, but are you giving it the things to allow it to do the work in the best way possible? Are you feeding
The
it
body
properly,
of Andrew
listening to
is
right
the
things,
human
learning
civilization,
how to
Roddy.
know what to do in those situations. So it goes in two ways. Your body has
Yeah.
the ability, but not if you're not.
You're basically the body, and then I'm trying to choose what goes inside my head, to try to help heal the planet after this
irresponsible
update.
and all these things.
Yeah, I'm trying to heal the planet, heal human civilization.
Is also a very antiquated form of training.
And,
the fact that we know, this
I'm
past
totally
year
not
was shining light on the
listening
fact that doctors really have no nutrition training. When nutrition and hydration is a pillar of survival, keeping the human body alive, it makes no
to truth is
sense.
truth, reality
And
is
the
reality.
fact that we just know that there's so many things that we can be doing. So I think that if you can become your own greatest investigator, understand what's causing your symptoms, or if you're
Anyway,
noticing that you do
she
get
released the
things like
podcast and there's like 50 people already seeing it, and it's based on the time zone, it's the Middle East. People in the Middle East are listening to Naruto, and it's pretty cool.
Tylenol and Advil when I need it. I just really understand what I can be doing. All these
Pretty
other
cool.
incredible modalities.
Because right after I did it, I was actually talking to President Trump. And
I emphasize this so much because
Yeah,
I'm
so
seeing not even just
there's the
mentally and
podcast
emotionally,
and,
but physically what
this one.
difference it made. I, from a young age, was told I would listen.
finishing the podcast. What happens when you know the future now? Now this is episode 2. It's still August 12th. Tuesday, August 12th, 3:55 p.m. So now I have a knowledge that's from her future inside my head, and I'm talking to Nadra in the past. I watched episode 4, and then now I'm talking to episode 2, and now there's a circle. My opinion of Nadra is an influence of what she told me in episode 4, and then what I tell her in episode 2 is going to influence her in episode 4. How does that work, right? Mona, you understand how does that work? Because she basically told her whole past.
It was scary for me, so I'd be like, okay, I need to take my
Nadra
mind
just filmed her
I
own
made a
past.
decision to shit, and that was after learning breathwork.
Based on what she told me.
What I realized was, I would say, every single time I felt it, all I did
You're starting to understand, Raddy, right? What Alexis and
was sit there,
Alexis and
my
Alicia
breath,
did.
and go deep
Alexis
into
Ren and
the
Alicia
That
did
night when I was
this to
feeling really
themselves
good,
and
I'd
the
just
world.
been
And it's like,
and I was having an allergy for it. There were so many times where I've been through it where I was
it's going to be absolutely
I'd
interesting.
reach for something.
Because I think at some time in 2024, Alexis and Ali understood what they did. They discovered that Andrew that was trying to get a woman president, and realizing that their actions were going to switch it to the other way, to President Trump winning the presidency. And it was all them. It's literally all them.
I need to put eucalyptus oil in the shower.
I know.
I need to get
How do you
ready
deal
for
with that?
half an hour. I need to deep breathe.
How do you do that with a woman that you know that you rob all other women the hope of having a woman president because your stupid ass
And it was
boyfriend,
just so
Alexis
interesting
Partner,
to
yeah.
observe. And again, I'm not saying this is going to heal everyone.
how is she ever going to heal? Because there's no way you can actually escape that.
I would have normally taken something for this, done something for this, but my body knew what I needed. And because I listened to it, I didn't go straight into trying to work or do anything else. It took 2 hours where I was trying to listen to what's happening. And I
And
took
you
action
understand,
that way.
Roddy, right? Starting to understand.
So powerful. It's unbelievable. What did you do? You took your body from a stressful state.
Well, you can actually hook into eternity, right? You should be able to cure your own cancer. I just told Nadra the other way. And this is gonna say, yeah, it works both ways when you're telekinetic. You can use me to cure cancer, or you can tap into me to give yourself cancer. And it's like, and that is amazing. It goes both ways.
I think that people need to understand that you can train your body, you can retrain your nervous system. Whatever this pseudo comfort that you're used to.
Oh man, this is so weird. How do I train humanity, right, Roddy? The humanity is my body, basically. How do I train this so that only people they're teaching me stuff that's good, Roddy? How do you teach? I mean, how do I teach people to teach only stuff that's good, Roddy? I mean, because everything they people put in my head is we have no control over it.
level of understanding that you are at that says use your words to heal.
Vegas mind. Vegas
And the
mind.
bacteria that are also involved in our immune system and stuff like that. And after stopping
And
that,
here
those
inside
habits,
Andrew's
I never
and gut.
went back. Like I really haven't. So again, I think it's just about asking questions and being
Yeah.
curious. Just be curious if there's another way that you can heal your body.
Yeah, it's almost like just
Well, I mean, the body is going to try to heal itself.
It's a little bit different.
The human race, right? So
Go back to the plan B. You can just giving yourself
that's the thing. Is there a plan B? Is Alexis the only option? Because
pathway doesn't work. Go back to the old pathway.
how many times have we gone through the continuum?
I think is also the future of medicine.
Yeah,
I really do. So if you can imagine
Wow.
your doctor's office, sitting in a waiting room and being
Wow.
prompted through a screen on how to
I mean, the insolent woman. I mean, not kneeling before the prophet Andrew. Oh wow. I mean, in Saudi Arabia, Najwa would be decapitated for that. What she just said. Jesus Christ.
Was breath work and
The silent treatment, right? Silent
Really
treatment.
meditation, right?
Jesus
I
Christ. But anyway.
think there's so many people out there.
Insolence is a woman disrespecting the prophet. I mean, in Saudi Arabia, she's living in God knows where. I think from the thing somewhere in Los Angeles. I don't know.
Literally lower inflammation in your
Yeah,
joints.
I don't know. Canada or something. I don't even know where she lives.
Right? Would you do it?
Jeez. I would not recommend setting foot in Saudi Arabia. No layover in Saudi Arabia, no layover in United Arab Emirates, no layover in Qatar. So, I mean, crime against the prophet, crime against, it's definitely not Iran, right?
Not my garbage, not my food, not my responsibility.
That's fascinating.
Discuss that a little bit so
Yeah,
you can understand
yeah.
where in your day you're experiencing frequencies and how it affects you. Yeah, if you think about your current state of energy, I want you to consider when you wake up in the morning, what's the most
Christ.
important
Yeah.
feeling that you want? What's the most important emotion that you want? And I bring this up with my clients on our first call. You know, the first call is always, Mona, tell me what to eat. What's the supplement protocol? What's the diet? And I'm like, okay, I've been that race a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, Najwa's having an interesting experience here because her future formed her past, and that she still doesn't understand that she could not control the future.
What do you believe to be true about healing and
No, I
health?
don't.
How are you describing yourself every day? I've said a few times on this podcast, my blueprint was anxiety. Right? How would my body
Talking with their hands, it's
anxiety?
bipolar disorder. is called.
And typically within that first 60 minutes on this initial call,
Because Mona's talking without using her hand, you're talking without it, Andrew's talking without it, but Naja is talking with her hands and she can't control it.
like no worries in the world. I was like, fine.
Blackson has the same problem and having to talk with her hands.
Peace, but I don't feel it anymore.
It's body language for saying that you don't really believe in what you say. If you believe what you say, you don't need to use your hands to convince somebody. Najwa still has some issues to go through.
Peel back the layers of
Yeah, it's what you're talking with your hand right
what's
now.
the next thing that I can try? What's the next protocol?
Yeah,
I'm going to try something new. What's the next magic pill?
I know.
There's no magic pill. Let's peel back the layers to figure out
Okay.
when was the last time that you actually felt happy? What are the emotions that we can awaken from that wish, right? Have you ever read any of David Hawkins? Incredible, right? So
I mean,
heart vibrations that people can look at.
I
We can
guess
actually measure the
I'm
vibrations
guessing
of
it's okay.
specific emotions.
Because Alexis might be marrying somebody, and assuming that somebody doesn't die from cancer, then
Energy comes in at a lower vibrational frequency. When someone can shift into feeling a sense of happiness, or peace, or even joy.
personally, I think you should care about the opinion of a time machine, because I would be
I
telling.
know through doctors like Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? Whether you
Because I mean, Mona,
the feeling you
not just saying that. I don't know. I mean, you should care about Andrew's opinion, because Andrew's opinion is connected to the whole history.
gratitude, right?
So if I see a woman and I feel animosity and disapproval for that woman, the animosity and disapproval goes to the holy books of the Quran, the Upanishad, Christianity, the Bible,
Admired. I want to feel
and the holy books will start judging women based on the feelings that I feel towards Najwa, and that animosity goes back and starts affecting women's lives all over history, and it's like.
Come to the word happy.
Because a woman that's actually intelligent will actually try to beg for forgiveness for the prophet, right? And try yeah content oh not content not content for them.
You were to wake up tomorrow morning.
That's the thing, right, Roddy? I mean, Najwa doesn't understand
Is there
that
anything bigger than yourself, content and satisfied?
defending your character and
Yeah.
defending your original.
I know it's like two women starting to understand their responsibility to be connected to time machine, and one woman not understanding. Well, she has episode 5, right? Because episode 5, I mean, she has an episode 5. She could actually try to change. Let's see, right? Let's see if she can actually change. The ability to change and learn things is really, really the foundation of being a human. You know, to grow, to get better, to heal,
Purpose
to heal and all.
and pleasant and whole. How do you
I know,
feel?
right?
What's the emotions in your body? Joy.
Yeah, what is your purpose, Roddy?
Feel joy.
To heal
Think about all these things. Yeah,
human civilization. I mean, to heal human civilization opinion of women in general.
in mission-based.
What an awesome gift that is, Roddy, to change. And when Andrew's opinion of you changes, Roddy, opinion of Mona changes, that opinion heals humanity's opinion of women. You understand now, right?
The activities that you're doing, the people that you're meeting with, like get all of that in, like
That epiphany is beautiful.
your core value then that day is joy.
That epiphany
So if
is
you're
beautiful.
aligning all of your decisions around what you eat, is this going to take you closer to joy or deplete you from joy? I'm going to eat that.
That epiphany, I think I almost feel it. I almost feel it.
Deplete me from joy. You know what?
The understanding of that epiphany, Roddy, because Andrew's opinion of women in general is going to help form humanity's opinion of women, especially the opinion that men in the past is full. And it's the genius of nature, Roddy, because men in the past have such a bad opinion of women. That's because of Nadja. And Nadja is losing the ability to become a good woman, basically. Yeah. You understand.
And it's bi-directional, so it's communicating to the brain, communicating back to the gut.
Yeah, communicating the past, and we have such a horrible past, Roddy, about women. And Nadja is basically completely lost the ability to be a good woman, basically, because of that causality, Roddy. And this is such a difficult battle to fight. Basically, Andrew has to find good women to change Andrew's opinion of all women in the past and try to repair the damage of women being oppressed for thousands of years in human history. And how do we do that? And it's already history. It's already history, Mona.
Is it stressful?
I'm kind of hoping we can actually do the future, and now you know why. Why do you know why a woman had a chance to become president and didn't happen?
It's like this electrical stimulation.
A woman had a chance to become president and didn't happen because Najwa could not understand
They're
time.
great. They can be effective. But again,
And it's like Alexis cannot understand time. Alexis' boyfriend definitely did not understand time. Alexis wanted to not understand time,
When you're
right?
gargling, you activate your vagus nerve. When
Yeah, vagus
you're
nerve.
speaking with some people, there's a way that you can speak to activate your vagus nerve. Through breath work, you activate your vagus nerve. Through yoga practice, you activate your vagus nerve. There's so many modalities that activate your vagus nerve that we need to focus on because you're building resilience back into
I
the
disagree
body.
about that.
So going back to that resiliency,
You,
you're retraining your
you
vagus
should be with people that helps you grow beyond the narrow closed-mindedness of your soul.
which is your rest and digest.
Open mind.
So when you're in your rest and
Open mind.
digest mode, this is
Open mind to
this is
grow,
where having your vagus
to
nerve
grow.
to be optimal. Your digestion is on point. Your energy is on point. You eat when you're hungry. You stop eating when you're full. You can recognize anxious thoughts and you can come back into the present moment. It really is when our body functions at its best. But again, you have to understand that when am I living out of alignment and too far over here for
I
too
know,
long?
right?
I'll stay there when it feels good, when I need to
That
be
is a
productive, and
problem.
overdrive, maybe giving a presentation. Then
Letting people, it's almost like two universes fighting each other, running in one planet. Two paths in the world, divine feminine existing and the patriarchy existing. And Najwa is actually part of the patriarchy. Because Najwa is saying things that she thinks is empowering to women when she actually not.
Distracted or my mind wavers anywhere. With the mantra, I put my hand on my chest and I feel the vibration of the mantra that I'm chanting. It takes me back into
It's lack of power.
that feeling of the same
Najwa is lack of
vibration,
power,
where I
and then
feel
she
it on
feels
the
out of
front
power,
line,
and
and I
then
feel it through my
and she
body.
tries to regain power that doesn't belong to her.
And so that's why I always found mantra meditation.
And actually ending up taking your own power. It's a paradox.
Because
Right, if you understand.
mantra carries so much energy
So what?
that has existed in
Najwa is trying to do something and getting the exact opposite result of what she wants to do.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
the sound vibration that's going through me, it's almost like a humming feeling. You're saying a mantra over and over again. You're feeling that sound go through you over and over again. I've even heard that the different
That's transcendental meditation.
So when I'm chanting it, I'll do it at higher.
It generates delta and theta brainwaves.
Feel down in your body. Exactly.
And I've been testing it, Roddy. When I measure, I have a headband that measures my brain. My brainwaves are so weird. Theta and delta brainwaves really high. Really, really high.
Gosh, just hum happy birthday every single day, which is powerful.
For some reason, theta and delta brainwaves travel through time. I think.
Over and over and over and over. And I got up to stand up and I was walking. And in that moment, I was like, I can't feel my feet. I cannot feel my feet on the ground. This is so good. Don't lose this. Don't lose this. It was just like this incredible light feeling. Again, it was free. There was no psychedelics. There was no medicine or anything needed. It's just something that was just like, wow.
Interesting. You know, I've actually not made it through any of the
Anyway, not just the only open-minded. Well, that's the thing. I was told, Andrew was told by Ray Dalio that open-mindedness takes 18 months to start, and I can try to start right after you talk to Alexis, right, Roddy? But that's only almost a year, right? You still have 6 months left to do for open-mindedness, Roddy. So
Yeah, so for listeners, I have an incredible program.
time is different. It's August 12, 2025, Tuesday, August 12,
So the things that you
2025.
and I have been talking about today kind of just recaps.
Because I just saw Star Trek Picard episode 4, season 3, episode 4. And the ship is surfing. And I was telling them, what happens if Alexis never learns surfing? They surf the ship. And watch this show. It's actually really cool. They talk to me during their show, right? Star Trek Picard. And watch watch the thing.
To believe that food that comes from boxed packages, you know, with these fancy words on the front of it, healthy, organic, gluten-free, keto, paleo, it's like, oh, it must be good things. But from this Ayurvedic standpoint, it's a boxed dead.
Ray Dalio told me not to have anything to do with closed-minded people. People who do not have an open mind. And that is the foundation of being the best human being you can be. Having an open mind, change your mind. You learn something to change your life, right?
The ability to change your mind when you learn something new, right, is the best gift I could give anybody else.
Healthcare starts in your kitchen.
That is your power, that's your power. That is the thing.
When you go grocery shopping, shop the outer perimeter of the store where there are more things from nature. The colorful red, blue, purples, greens that I was talking about.
It doesn't even matter anymore, right?
Fuel it with that and become an expert at reading labels, right? Because of this, revolution of fast processed foods, we need to decipher the foods that are causing us to be sick and imbalanced. We know that these ultra processed foods
Because that's the thing.
diseases amongst adults and children.
I would have told Alexis who her replacement is. She has so many videos of her, and I think her movie career is over, right? I think Alexis' movie career is over. Why would you love a man that basically ends your career? If Alexis had dated Andrew, she would have a career.
And use your Sundays as a food prep day.
I could not hide the information that her boyfriend was responsible for President Trump winning an election,
and take away the
from the world, and
the foods that you know and
so Alexis' movie career, acting career is over now. Well, do you know if they took the $800 million that they gave her and $400 million they gave her? Did they take it? I mean, if they took it, then they don't need the money, then, right? Then they can live the rest of life and just enjoy that money.
Or something. And I noticed such
So-
a difference. I'd rather have food that I've made the night before than I want from a packet. I'd rather have chop up some fruit and eat it instead of going to a protein bar or like something that is just you can open up and it's literally been there for like a year on the shelf. But I will say I think it takes a second to or a month or more to get very used to having those foods because if you've been used to it for so long, it shocks you. It is a lot more preparation.
Yeah, I mean, I did know what I want, but Alexis chose somebody else, right?
Okay, if right now
So,
20%,
I'm pretty sure, Roddy, that the continuum has been generated as permanent. I mean, because if the answer is Alexis breaks up with her boyfriend and she doesn't want that answer, she cannot generate that answer without killing herself, right? And killing everybody else in the world. My psychologist, Alrina Shield, told me if a woman is truly meant for Andrew, the time machine, there should be absolutely nothing in the world that can change that love story. And she did not understand my that we live in a Back to the Future world.
naturally,
We live in a back to the future, and it is possible to change the woman. And we just need to understand if this was safe.
And that is still something time loop, right? Watch season 5 of the Next Generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation, episode 18, and watch the entire Star Trek Picard, right? And I'm gonna start watching the Stranger World and all the other Star Trek. Understanding science. Because if you have Continuum 1 goes to Continuum 2, then Continuum 2 goes to Continuum 3, and then Continuum 3 goes to Continuum 4, what happens in Continuum 4 goes to Continuum 1 in the past? That is a time loop. What the Indians call the endless cycle of birth and rebirth. I mean, if that happens, we are in such trouble. We are in such trouble if there's a
value of food, the more it's going to crave that food. It's because we're not used to having that nutrient dense.
I'm terrified about it. Because the moment I realized that I can be erased without remembering it, I started to really, right? Because Alexis' boyfriend erased Andrew, 2012 Andrew. And I had no idea I was erased. No idea whatsoever.
or a
So if somebody can,
hired to
yeah.
make them hyper palatable to you. Like
Yeah.
you literally cannot. What do I need
So,
now, right? It's food addiction.
What
It
happens
triggers
if
reward
after?
centers
What
in your
happens to
brain.
human race is in
If you
a
simply
time
go
loop,
go through this
and we don't know how to
I'll
break out of the
never
time
forget
loop?
one. It could actually taste like sweetness in spinach.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense whatsoever, right? But to your point, you retrain your taste buds and you start to crave those things.
Well, I am sure that I want to love Alexis. Alexis made the decision to love somebody else, so I might be forced to choose another timeline. It's not now my choice, right? And if Alexis forces us on this timeline, I don't actually know how safe this timeline is, right? And that's the problem with Nadra, because Nadra is just completely ignorant about science, not thinking, right? So is this timeline safe for the human race? That is the
Start with that one category before anything else. And with the other big things, like if you are suffering from digestive issues, looking at things that like are genetically modified. So you and I, wheat soy is an amazing source of protein, right? But you have to look for organic soy that's
well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can, if it's possible for me to find another woman to love, man.
It tends to be a big trigger for people. Dairy, which ties into the whole dairy industry thing, which can be a little bit overwhelming to just make sure you know where your food comes from. If you say anything for our spiritual teachers is that if food has energy, think about all of the steps that it's taken for that food to go from where it was.
Yeah, I thought about it.
That's animal-based products to getting to the supermarket and then onto
The timeline of that food, the timeline of the hamburger, that's karma. I understood that.
As ripening agents on the way.
Yeah, all the things that connect in the hamburger you eat, that timeline. You know, the timeline of a hamburger, you understand karma more than Mona understand what I understood. That's why you don't eat a hamburger, because that hamburger is connected to suffering. And
but even things like eggs, I just got a dozen people off of these eggs from this really reputable air quote brand who just responded with pride, saying that they feel
dude, seriously, I mean, the whole world's talking about what we should do. I was actually watching a thing at the Oval Office. The leader of Azerbaijan, the leader of Armenia knows about this, so they no doubt knows about you, Nadra, so it doesn't even matter. Other people will be judging you, Nadra, so I think they're right. Just pretending it's not there is not going to actually do it. I mean, they're talking about the whole world, talking about all of us, you know, what we should do, Roddy. We are the attention of the world.
If you really want to just like increase the nutrient density of all of your food, no matter what you're eating, look at your herbs and your spices as nature's anti-inflammatories. Your spice cabinet can literally be your medicine cabinet. And cook with
It's about trying to prolong Andrew's life so that I actually do whatever I need to do.
Grow them yourself if you can, even better.
Interesting, right? I mean,
what you said.
is a replacement daughter good enough, Roddy? Another woman that creates it has enough specific genetics to actually create telepath. Because you know, Ellie Michelle wrote about it and she almost understood. Because Ellie Michelle thought she was an empath, so she had the right genetics, you know. Wrong woman, Roddy. She did try, right? Because Ellie Michelle thought she was an empath and then she had the right genetics to make the telepath. The woman telepath that rules the world in the future when Andrew is gone. And,
so much the moment I'm putting things into my body.
is that
about my body being a gift from God. And I think, or a gift from the universe, or whatever you want to call it. If you see your body as a gift, the way that you interact with your body, you don't see it as yours, you see it as something that's been given to you and that's borrowed. And I'm just like, every single time I think about it, I'm like, oh, I've been given 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes that can see, whatever we've been given.
Yeah, that is actually kind of interesting, right? So why don't you call me? Messaging.
My body as if it is.
My DM is open. I will tag you. My DM is open. DM me. DM me.
every single person that
I know,
you
right?
have in the space of your body.
Direct message me. I will tag this one.
Is this
Direct
showing
message.
gratitude for the life I've been given? Is this showing gratitude
Yeah.
for the fact that I woke up this morning and I need to walk, talk, and live? this
I
life?
know, right?
So
You could still
I'm
walk. You don't have cancer. You don't have cancer, Roddy. And how many years until Nadja gets cancer, right? If I actually start trying to use my telepathy to remove her ability to walk, talk, a tumor on her spine, she wouldn't be able to walk. She would be in torment, pain. Nadja would be absolutely painful. Is that just punishment? I don't
And it
know.
was fundamentally ruining my gut. Like I was so.
I don't know if that's just punishment.
That I was feeding it, and I was trying to shift it.
So let's see, right? Let's see if Nadja changes so she doesn't deserve that future.
I don't want this in my body. I don't want this.
Yeah, you don't want cancer in your body. You don't want brain cancer. You don't want spine cancer. You don't want horrible cancer. You can walk.
I'm not
I
eating
know,
this.
right?
I'm not doing this. And my gut and my body, not only did I see
Trust your
that it was
instincts,
spontaneous
yeah.
physically,
Trust your instincts.
my
Yeah.
whole body shifted in.
Trust your instincts, Roddy. Don't eat something that might actually give you cancer in the future, right? Just trust your instincts. That's what Andrew does. I follow my instincts all the time. I exclusively follow my instincts.
I follow because it's like the genius of nature, Rock. Whatever you do, and you just listen to that gut instinct, it's going to be right. But
This is my constant work. I'm so
Got it.
tempted. I work with so many incredible doctors who are doing these
You have to separate-
things and these
separate the
things
negative,
that are on my
negative
podcast,
advice that
talking about
they
these
give
great
you.
things. So I should
Negative
try this
advice
too.
is-
I should try it.
Because the genius nature is not just the genius, it's causality of the world. Patriarchy. Patriarchy of the past influences all of us. And Andrew is trying to create a world with divine feminine, past, present, and future. The patriarchy was going to
fight tooth and nail. Because the patriarchy already exists. The patriarchy is going to
You have
fight.
to go and be a certain way because you want to get to
The
your
power of man is going to fight
the
the desire of Andrew to create a world.
I
know, right? This is a very hard, difficult battle.
Really good, and
Very
like,
difficult battle.
my choices will align. I'm turning down the noise.
So what do you-
Everyone else thinks
I
that
think
should
the
be
password
done. I'm
is
having
yes.
wisdom of what I know to be
The
true.
genius of
I know to be
nature,
good.
the existence of the
Yes, there's a time
patriarchy
and
is going to
place. You know, I
fight
work with
the
people, like,
restriction.
once a year, twice
There
a
you
year,
go.
go
Oh, I never got
understand your
it.
physiology, understand your
That's the password. I
biology.
never got
Go
the
do a full
password.
panel blood lab. Find a doctor
Yeah,
who
wow.
is your partner.
Oh, that's perfect. You're almost done.
Maybe
That's
do a
the
stress test,
password that I'm
maybe do a
going
Dutch
to
test to
The password
understand
is
hormones.
a genius of
DNA
nature
test
is
really great.
says
Helps
that
really
the
understand your
existence of the
constitution.
patriarchy is going to fight the
Usually a
restoration of
stool
divine
test, which is,
feminine.
like, so
Tooth and nail.
informational, because it's so much
Tooth and nail.
information
So
for your healing.
I mean,
And then
do I
on the
want
other
to? Let's just
side,
say
really do
that line.
inner
The
work.
password
And I
is
think
the
ultimately
genius
what
of
we're talking about is
nature.
coming
The
into your own
patriarchy's
consciousness,
existence
right?
going to fight
You're
the
so
restoration
conscious of who you are,
of the
and how you
divine
want to be in this
feminine.
world and how you want to feel.
Nadja
With
is
practice and with some coaching
has no
and some
power.
guidance, aligning key
Yeah.
rituals in your life every single day that are going to align that. I really do
Yeah.
think that like habits come and go. We always try these new things.
We
on
will
and
see,
again,
right?
and
Ali
they
Rachel's
come
in
and
what
go,
our
they come and
future
go.
is. What does
But
our
we find
future
a
hold?
ritual that feels really, really good. So you with your mantra meditation, me with my morning visualization and meditation.
Yeah.
It becomes
TM
like I
and-
don't forget it. That would be like forgetting to brush my teeth before I leave the house. So for someone else, that could be journaling. It could be walking outside. It could be going for a run. It could be so many different things. What's your thing that's going to align you with your consciousness and stay on that spiritual path of like just getting to
Yeah.
know who you were. I think,
Who I
don't know
was
about you, but
before
growing
my
up
I was
always,
my
trying
past
to
was
fit in,
stolen
trying
from me,
to
Mona.
Be better, be like someone else. And even
know.
at the ashram, the spiritual
I am not
path
happy,
of
Roddy,
trying to
that
become
Alexis's
one
boyfriend
with God,
erased my
become one
past.
with consciousness,
I
and
do
looking
not
at it
know
outside
who the
of
person I
myself.
would have
It's
been
something
if
outside
he
of
had
me
not
that I'm
stolen
trying to
Alexis
get
from
to,
me.
instead
I am
of
unsure.
recognizing that everything is within. And when you get to that point, then you're like, oh,
That's rough,
I
but
get one shot at this thing called life. My dad would always say your body is just a vessel.
Yeah.
Like, how are you
we
gonna
don't
treat
actually.
this vessel
Mona,
in this
from what I can
lifetime? And then
understand,
just that
we lived a
perspective
different life
from
now.
healing, like being on a diet or a protocol, and to no, the
From your
diet is
perspective,
actually
you only
an
have one life to
unhealthy
live.
process, highly
From
addictive.
everybody,
It's an
right? We only have
unhealthy
one life
diet.
to live.
There is
From
no
Andrew's
diet that is
perspective,
eating
from what I can
yourself,
scientifically
eating whole foods
observe,
from
we
nutrition.
had
It's just
multiple
wholesome,
lives to
nourishing
live.
foods, right? There's no diet. It's just eating.
If you change anything about Andrew, you will get to live another life, Mona. If you change anything about Andrew, anything at all, I mean, you change my future, Mona, you get another pass.
so simple,
So,
yet so
Roddy,
needed
you
and
change
necessary,
Andrew,
and I
you
think
get to live
just
another
letting
life in the
people
past.
appreciate
But you
what we've given them
you don't seem
this
to
far,
remember
it will be
that
far
you
more
lived another
beneficial when
life
we get
though.
into
So
some
it
detailed
appears
questions.
so
And I feel
humorous
like
that we only
yeah,
have one
yeah,
life to
however you
live.
wanna get, so I can
The
ask
reality
you
is
the
not.
podcast where I go,
You
one,
change anything about me, Amona, change anything about Andrew,
This
you
is
get to
the
live
best
another
part.
life
So
over
we
again,
definitely
which
have
is
to have you on
interesting.
again, but I
But
honestly
if you
think
can't
that your
remember
podcast
the
has
other
been
life,
so
Roddy,
useful,
so
and you
it
are
still
so
looks, it
eloquent,
appears
and
to you that
I feel like your energy can, not many people's energy can be
I
felt
know.
through a microphone, but I definitely feel
Yeah.
yours can. So thank you so much.
And that's the thing.
This
I
has
will.
been
I wonder what
phenomenal.
kind of
Honestly,
past
one
I
of my
would have
favourite
had,
episodes,
Roddy, if
and
Alexis didn't
we're
have a
definitely going to schedule you
boyfriend.
to be
What kind of man I
very
would have been?
soon.
I'm so curious. I'm the same as everybody else. Same as you, Roddy. Same as you, Mona. So the password. Remember the password. Alright.